Welcome to Pennsylvania. Now that we've explored the dynamic religious upheaval and tumultuous superstitious world of New England, now let us calm down and take a look at the quiet, peaceful fields of the colony of Pennsylvania, the so-called keystone of the original 13 colonies. So, the colony of Pennsylvania was founded by William Penn, an Englishman and leader of the Society of Friends, or Quakers, who were a religious sect of Protestantism which flourished in England and later in the Americas. This particular sect was fairly progressive for its time. We'll get a little more into how their values shaped Pennsylvania, but what should be known about William Penn is that he was granted a royal charter by the crown, and as a result the name of the state means Penn's Wood. Pennsylvania, Penn's Wood in Latin. Now, one interesting statement of Quaker values is that William Penn actually then signed a separate treaty with the Native Americans, giving him the land that he would be allowed to use. This is rather interesting, as unlike other Englishmen, he did not honor the king's right to give away Native American land. Most colonists who received a charter from the king honored the idea that the king had the right to give them this land, even though the land was also claimed by Native American tribes. William Penn was different. He insisted on having a separate treaty with the natives so that whatever land he got would be honored by them as well as by the king. Now, another interesting statement about the Quakers is the Quakers did not believe in forcibly converting people and were major proponents of religious tolerance. And as a result, not only did Quakers find a home in Pennsylvania, but English Catholics, Jews, and even many Protestant sects that were not welcome in much of Europe, such as the Anabaptist sects like the Amish and the Mennonites. These religious sects found refuge in Pennsylvania. The Quakers were also some of the earliest abolitionists, some of the earliest colonists to voice a strong and vocal opinion against the institution of slavery. Now, another thing that's very interesting about William Penn is that his colony also was one of the few to give out or allow for the easy sale of large tracts of land, not large tracts of land, but medium-sized tracts of land to independent farmers. This is going to be very important, as many individuals who would otherwise have become tenant farmers or indentured servants instead became free landholders in Pennsylvania. Now, the economy of Pennsylvania was based upon subsistence farming, that is, farming for food. So the food in Pennsylvania was grown mostly for local consumption, and what little bit extra was produced was usually exported most often to the South, where it would feed those who grew cash crops down in the South. Their food tended to be grown up north. So this concludes our video on the great state of Pennsylvania. Well, not yet a state. This time the great colony of Pennsylvania.